Harrison City Council meeting, October 21st, 2025. This evening we have a special ceremony. The City of Harrison, which you'll see here in a second, has gone through some certain steps to be recognized as a Purple Heart City. And with that, we will go ahead and move forward and present the colors.
Detail, ho! Left face, ho! Preset, ho! I pledge allegiance to the flag
of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Order.
Yes. Pastor Long, if you please step to the podium for the invocation.
Let us pray. Gracious God, we thank you for these men and women who have heard the call to serve this community and who are giving of their time and energy to do so. We pray that you would bless them with wisdom, that they may do what is best for this city. We pray that you would bless them with patience as they deal with the many needs of our community. Help them to respond with compassion and integrity, always putting others before themselves. And we thank you for this special time tonight as we remember those veterans who have given of themselves, given of their time, given of their energy. We pray that they would inspire us tonight all to serve with a servant's heart, and especially to follow the example of your Son Jesus, who came not to be served but to serve. Bless all those in this meeting tonight, in Jesus' name. Amen.
Amen.
Honor God. Head. Right. Face. And a half step. Column left. There. 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 I don't know how to live. I don't know how to live. Left, right, left. Your left, right, left.
You may be seated.
You do your own thing.
One step forward.
You're allowed to do that.
About face.
We'll do it back. So back on August 5th, actually probably back at the beginning of July, Gene Wilson ended up coming to me and mentioning the topic of the City of Harrison becoming a Purple Heart City. The City of Harrison has taken great pride in its support of veterans organizations for decades. For as long as I can remember, going to the VFW or the American Legion or AMVETS has been a part of my upbringing, as well fine gentlemen, today is the day where it would be realized. On August 5th, I read the proclamation or the official statement from the city stance that the city is a Purple Heart city. Today, we recognize that through this part of the ceremony. So with that, I will present you the official proclamation that we read on August 5th.
Thank you very much, Mr. Mayor. Our pleasure. Just wanted to say, I've known Gene for quite a while. And, we're looking at our Purple Hearters up here. We are all Vietnam veterans. And what you see standing up here are, 10 Purple Hearts. On my far left, we have John Looker, 3-time Purple Heart recipient, combat, Vietnam. Next to him, Glenn West, Purple Heart, severe combat wounded. Next to me, Charlie Toby, Purple Heart recipient, severe combat injury. And my name is Jerry Ferris, and I'm a 3-time Purple Heart recipient as well. So we come to you today to honor you for becoming a Purple Heart city. Now, there's a lot that goes along with that, and we're not going to spend all night talking about it. But I'm just going to give you an idea that the Purple Heart started in the year 1782 by General George Washington. And he wanted a way to identify and recognize his soldiers during combat. And that's where the Purple Heart was formed. It was a ribbon then that they wore on their shoulders and around their arms. And it was called the Military Badge of Merit. And if you look at today's Purple Heart medal on the back, you will see that engraved on the original Purple Heart medal. So with that being said, we also have a plaque that I would like to present to you that will actually say that today is the day that Harrison becomes a true Purple Heart city. Thing is that by doing that, what you'll see as you go in and out of your city, you will be seeing signs that say, this is a Purple Heart city. And what that means is that when others see that, they will know that this is a veteran-friendly community. Today, I just want to take a moment just to recognize in the audience, how many Vietnam veterans do we have sitting in the audience today? Please stand and be recognized. We want to thank you for your service and the duty and the sacrifices that you endured while in uniform. We thank you for your service. All of the other veterans that are present tonight, please stand and be recognized. Thank you very much. It was an honor for us to be here tonight. Now we present this plaque to your city mayor and to you all. And it reads as follows. The Military Order of the Purple Heart Special Recognition Award is bestowed with pride to the city of Harrison, Ohio, for your dedication and support honoring America's combat wounded veterans becoming the Purple Heart City. Presented by the Patriot members of the Department of Ohio Military Order of the Purple Heart. And here is your Before we close, we want to do something else special. And that is, especially for our Purple Heart recipients who are here in the audience, and also to all of our city council members, we have something special for you guys. Please turn and present the coins.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Yeah.
being said, congratulations on becoming a Purple Heart city. It also entails that you are now part of the Purple Heart Trail. And that means that you are now connected from the tip of the East Coast all the way to the east, to the tip of the West Coast. And that puts you in conjunction with all the Purple Heart cities, villages, townships, you name it. And like I said, we are the Department of Ohio Military Order of the Purple Heart. And just about 85% of what you see out there in the communities as you drive by it today, we have been a part of that ceremony. So again, thank you for allowing us to be here. Congratulations, and I hope you honor the Purple Heart members and the community well. We now salute you. Present. Order. Detail. 10. Left page. Forward.
Mason haven't figured it out yet.
Right.
So cute. I couldn't stand up if I was nice to. Thank you guys for coming. Thank you.
Thanks for coming, guys. Thank you all for your
Thank you.
service.
Thank you, ladies.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you guys and ladies. Thank you.
Miss Jean, thank you for all your work and dedication to that. That was an absolutely amazing ceremony, and I'm glad you all had an opportunity to be a part of it. So, do you have the agenda? The agenda? The agenda. Please find my agenda. That's fine. Okay, so, we're not gonna top that. So we will go ahead and move into roll call. You don't
Mr.
mind.
Wilson?
Here.
Mr. Egner?
Here.
Mr. Abrams?
Here.
Mr. Samuels?
Here.
Mr. Dole?
Here.
Mrs. Van Cleve? Here. Mrs. Wilson?
Here.
Approve council meeting minutes for October 7th, 2025.
So move. I'll second.
Roll call, please.
Mr. Egner?
Yay.
Mr. Abrams?
Yay.
Mr. Samuels?
Yay.
Mr. Dole?
Yay.
Mrs. Van Cleve? Yay. Mrs. Wilson?
Yay.
Mr. Wilson?
Yay. Okay, we'll go ahead and move into presentations. And the first presentation that we'll start with is the American Legion, please.
Could someone from the Cat Boosters please come to the podium? Don't be bashful, you're getting money.
Are you
You said it was
Ryan?
a girl's fight.
All right.
Are they with you?
Yes.
They
Oh,
can
yeah,
come
they
up.
can come up.
We would love to have them up
Yeah,
here.
sure, absolutely.
Yeah, you don't get no money if you don't come to the podium.
All right, so we received a request from the Cat Boosters for a donation to help them out with their programs this year. And so the Charities Committee met, and so I'm happy to say that Yeager Benson Charity Committee awarded you a check for $1,500.
Very grateful and thankful for all the support. And my name is Ryan Hutcherson. I'm the first year director of Harrison Choirs. And we have a lot of our student representatives from Symphonics, which is our a cappella group. They perform their music without accompaniment. They just
Great.
Absolutely.
Thanks
for
being
coming.
here.
Thank you.
Appreciate it.
We're going to have a representative of St. John's.
That would be Dick and Kathy Knox. Hello. So again, the Charities Committee for the Legion received a letter from Dick and Kathy telling us about their program called Feed the Children. And the Charities Committee met and decided to give you a donation of $2,500. It's all right, we'll wait.
Darn batteries.
Come on, slacker.
See, film doesn't run out of batteries.
So, I was gonna explain your program a little bit, but I think it would be better coming from you. You know more about it, you're kind of the heart and soul of the program, so, Mike, could you explain it briefly to everyone?
Could you use the mic when you do that?
This program started at our church 7 years ago. It was part of the citywide Not in Our Town, meaning no child in our town will go hungry. And we decided the way we work is Christmas break, spring break, and throughout the summer, we actually deliver food to children that the school has identified that are free and reduced lunches. They don't get them on those breaks, so we purchase food. We have volunteers that bag it and actually take it to their home, because many of these children don't have cars even to get the food. So this is a way, instead of them coming to us, we go to them, and we want to grow. We want to be a little bit larger, and so this is the reason we came here. And it's been, I mean, the parents, the guardians couldn't be any more grateful. They say it makes a difference between having something and not having something. So the church is very proud of this program.
Thank you both.
Thank you.
Okay, the next individual to speak is Miss Gail Chuck. She chairs our tree board, and because tree board is an official committee of council, I wanted to make sure that her updates were part of the presentations for everyone to hear.
It is a pleasure tonight to give our tree board annual report. This year, we increased the membership of our tree board. New members included Beth Harness, Mary Ann Lake, Mike Ziegler, and they were added to Amy Searcy, Doug Lohman, Debbie Mossberger, Debbie McCain, and myself. In April, the tree board had their Arbor Day event at the Harrison branch of the library. The speaker was Luke Tice, a naturalist from Fernall, who gave an enthusiastic talk on native trees. We distributed native eastern redbud one-year saplings to the attendees. We had 50 trees, and those that were not given away that night were distributed later by the library. Beth Harness and I represented Harrison at the annual Tree City celebration in Wyoming, Ohio. Harrison has been a Tree City for 10 years, and we received a 10-year sign to display, which is on Harrison Avenue as you come into the city. We have approved or made recommendations for new business landscaping, some of which is still on hold and has not been started yet. As a board, we are very concerned about the maintenance landscape ordinances and have been waiting for over a year for Gordon Wong to update them. Some businesses put in beautifully landscaped areas but do not maintain them. And after several years, some trees and shrubs have died and not replaced. These companies should replace those, and new ordinances must include significant fines for those not replacing plantings and/or keeping their landscape weeded. We would like to write letters or contact these companies if the city does not have significant manpower to enforce ordinances. Last year, Mayor Grubbs was interested in seeing residential street trees planted. So this year, in addition to the gateway trees that we'll put on stone, we have marked homes on Cater and South Elm for raspberry spear crabapples. These are the ones that we put on stone by McDonald's and the bank and the brewery. Even though trees will be planted on Harrison's right-of-way, residents have the right to refuse, and several residents said they didn't want the trees. City ordinances should also be reviewed and changed so trees that are planted by the city should be maintained by the city and not the responsibility of the residents. These trees are a major investment for Harrison, and we should be responsible for keeping them healthy. Perhaps those that refuse trees this year will want them next year as they realize their beauty and value. We were approached by the Harrison Police Department as their crabapple trees had died. These will be replaced with native service berries at the end of the month. We are also planting an autumn blaze maple tree in honor of Ray Acra because of its interest in Harrison's green space. It will be planted at Thomas Ball grounds close to his home. This fall, we are planting a total of 27 trees in our green space. We have received many compliments and acknowledgments that street trees add beauty and value to our community and environment. Our board works closely with Dave Perkins, head of the street department. We have listed in our budget for 2026 a summer intern from Cincinnati State Department of Horticulture to help with establishing a 3-year plan for Harrison street trees, when to prune, fertilize, etc., to keep our trees healthy. Unfortunately, each year we seem to lose a couple of trees. Currently, we put water bags on all newly planted fall trees after Memorial Day, water all summer long, and remove after Labor Day. We hope this intern will also help work on Exit 1, the major gateway to Harrison that needs to be revamped. Andy Sider would like to redo Exit 1 in 2026, preserving some of the trees and replacing others with a low-maintenance plan. We also hope the intern will conduct a survey of our trees and suggest any that need to be removed and replaced. The board looks forward to 2026 with new businesses coming into our area and increasing green space canopy throughout our community. Thank you.
Thank you, Ms. Gale. Okay, with that, we'll go ahead and move into the business session. First item is to vote on an ordinance amending the City of Harrison zoning map from a B general business zone property to a B general business zone property with a PUD business overlay for the parcel located at 10400 Harrison Avenue.
So move. I'll second.
Any discussion? Roll call?
Mr. Abrams?
Yay.
Mr. Samuels?
Yay.
Mr. Dole?
Yay.
Mrs. Van Cleve?
Yay.
Mrs. Wilson?
Yay.
Mr. Wilson?
Yay.
Mr. Egner?
Yay.
Okay, the next item on the agenda is to vote on an ordinance to approve an LPA ODOT let project agreement for Dry Fork Road. For Dry Fork Road.
Wilson makes the motion to approve.
Second.
We have a first and second. Any discussion?
So this is just the agreement that we're entering into with ODOT to work on the items noted on essentially Dry Fork South for an eastbound on-ramp, off-ramp. Correct?
Yes.
Okay.
Okay.
Any other discussion? Roll call?
Mr. Samuels?
Yay.
Mr. Dole?
Yay.
Mrs. Van Cleve?
Yay.
Mrs. Wilson?
Yay.
Mr. Wilson?
Yay.
Mr. Egner?
Yay.
Mr. Abrams?
Yay.
Next item, vote on an ordinance declaring improvements to parcels of real property located in Harrison, Ohio to be a public purpose under section 5709.40B of the Ohio Revised Code exempting such improvements from real property taxation, declaring certain public improvements to be necessary for the further development of those parcels, establishing a tax increment equivalent fund, and declaring an emergency.
I'll make a motion to approve.
I'll second.
Discussion?
Yeah, Mayor, can we get a little bit more details on this, especially regarding the declaring an emergency portion of this?
Why is the emergency in that? Because that's just declaring the
Mr. Spohr is here is probably because that's a typical thing that a lot of cities put in. We don't usually put that in ours, so it has no real impact whatsoever. But
it's not an emergency, it's creating a tax incentive
Make it a
district.
It relates to referendum possibilities if there was a referendum, but so I don't think it'll have any bearing whatsoever. But essentially, this is TIF financing. So I don't know if you want a description or explanation of that. I think the public would like it.
Full explanation of a TIF
No,
district?
I understand it. I don't know if anybody else.
Yeah, why don't you give a brief explanation on a TIF district?
Yeah, Mr. Spohr, you can go up and do it if you
for
want
the
to.
community members.
Yeah.
And what we're gonna do is we're gonna invite Andrew Spohr to the podium. He is our legal counsel in regards to this agreement.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. My name is Andrew Spohr. I'm an attorney with Keating, Muthing, and Kleekamp, and to the mayor's point, I'm the city's kind of special counsel for tax incentive matters on this issue. To go back, just the broad piece of this actually is just establishing the tax increment area. So it's not actually committing any funds to any purpose at this point. What the TIF will do is it will establish the tax exemption over the stipulated property area, and it will create the tax increment equivalent fund into which revenues, if and when they are generated by the TIF, will be deposited. It's not actually committing the city to expend the funds on anything at this point. That remains within the city's discretion. It will be the subject of other legislation. Regarding the emergency declaration, to the law director's point, that is rather common on these. It is not required. The principal reason for that was primarily because the TIF that is being passed in this case was being as part of another development that I believe has been before council several times with the planned unit development process. And when you do the emergency, it allows you to obviate the referendum period so that the TIF can be stated to be in place and final before certain other actions take place with the development. So for example, if there are any deadlines that have to be achieved by the developer or the city in connection with that, the emergency allows you to do that without a referendum period. If you do not pass an emergency declaration, it's not necessary. You can vote on the ordinance and then choose to not vote on the separate emergency legislation. You would normally take, you've probably done this before many times, you'd take the first vote on the ordinance and then you take the second one to declare the emergency. You don't have to do the emergency. It just means that the ordinance won't go into effect for 30 days. So the TIF ordinance itself would not go into effect until November 20th approximately. And then also the one other thing that this does do is there is a school compensation agreement with Southwest Local School District. The Southwest Local School District Board has approved this TIF already on their meeting on September the 18th. There is attached to this ordinance a school compensation agreement, and the mayor is being authorized to execute that once the TIF is passed. If the emergency is not passed on that, you would just wait until the ordinance goes into effect to sign that, but there would be no other effect on it other than the advocacy date of the ordinance. And if there's any questions, I'd be happy to answer them about how TIF works in general, but very broadly speaking, it's going to, it's an accounting mechanism by which the further improved value of these parcels is exempted from taxation, but the owners of the parcels pay what are known as statutory service payments in lieu of taxes in an amount equal to what taxes would have been. And instead of those being broadly distributed to the various other taxing districts, they would just be distributed to the city for deposit in the increment equivalent fund to be used on public infrastructure improvements necessary for the TIF area.
To address roadways. Very good. Thank you very much for the explanation. Are there any other questions for Andrew? I'm sorry, Mr. Spore. Sorry, sir.
Not at all.
Very good. Thank
Thank
you
you.
very much. And we did have a first and second. Any other discussion? Okay, roll call.
Mr. Dole?
Yay.
Mrs. Van Cleve?
Yay.
Mrs. Wilson?
Yay.
Mr. Wilson?
Yay.
Mr. Egner?
Yay.
Mr. Abrams?
Yay.
Mr. Samuels?
Yay.
Okay, the next item, vote to approve a memorandum of understanding between the Fraternal Order of Police, Ohio Labor Council, Inc., and the City of Harrison.
Motion to approve.
Do we have a second?
Second.
Second? Okay. Discussion? No discussion? Oh, go ahead.
I was gonna say,
There
Mayor.
was a discussion earlier.
Yeah, so in police committee earlier, and maybe Doug is gonna touch on this, we did have a discussion on this. This memorandum of understanding is actually coinciding with the beginning of union negotiations with the police of the FOP. So, at this point in time, I don't know, the police committee did not feel that there was a need to push this legislation through or this approval through, because it can be addressed through the negotiation process.
Oh, I thought it was gonna be tabled.
So.
So we'll go, since we have the motion and the, since we have the motion second on the table, we will go ahead with the roll call. Obviously, if it's declined, then it'll go back to the table and be addressed through the union negotiations. Roll call, please.
Mrs. Van Cleve?
Abstain.
Mrs. Wilson?
No.
Mr. Wilson?
No.
Mr. Egner?
No.
Mr. Abrams?
No.
Mr. Samuels?
No.
Mr. Dole?
No. Even though I made the motion. Missed one committee meeting.
So that item will be addressed as it goes through the union contract negotiations rather than at this time.
Yeah.
So we'll face that monster later.
Mayor, would it be okay if I say something real quick?
Please.
I just want to clarify that, it's not that we don't agree with this. We just felt the timing, it was appropriate with the contract negotiation starting, that we can address it that way. Maybe possibly make any improvements to it, but it's not that we don't believe in this memorandum. We just think we have an opportunity to address it through the contract.
And we do, all of our union contracts, I believe all of them are 3 years. Yeah, all of them are 3-year terms. And while the other unions have already been addressed, the police happens to fall on an off cycle this year. So we're trying to get ahead of it because they actually expire May 31st. We're just trying to get ahead of it and try to address it as soon as possible and be a part of, or just manage that because they can be drawn out sometimes. So I'm actually excited about it. So, okay. Next item on the agenda is to vote on ordinance to levy a special assessment on the property located at 411 Park for the total cost of nuisance abatement and removal, repair of unsafe conditions.
I'll make a motion.
I'll second.
Any discussion?
Mayor, I just have one question.
Yes, sir.
At our last meeting, we had one of these, and there was a receipt attached to it. There's not a receipt attached to this one. I was just wondering if we could.
It was in the email with the agenda on it. It was a total, oh, there you go.
Oh, that's not the receipt. There was a receipt.
No, there was an actual
yeah,
receipt
yeah.
attached to the one at our last meeting, and I was just wondering, I would just like to see the receipt, for this as well.
We can make sure that we can get those, if we can attach the receipt to this legislation going forward, that would be wonderful. That way they have an opportunity to take a look at it. We do have a first and second, so we'll go ahead and address it through roll call. Is there any other discussion? Roll call.
Mrs. Wilson?
Yay.
Mr. Wilson?
Yay.
Mr. Egner?
Yay.
Mr. Abrams?
Yay.
Mr. Samuels?
Yay.
Mr. Dole?
Yay.
Mrs. Van Cleve?
Yay.
Very good. That's all the items that we have listed in the business session, so we'll go ahead and move into reports. And then we'll wrap the meeting up. So obviously, we had the opportunity to have the ceremony this evening in recognition of the city of Harrison becoming a Purple Heart City. Once again, I do want to thank Gene and Jerry for all their work that they put into it, and I want to thank the crew that came out this evening. It's really special and near and dear to my heart. Half my family member are veterans, and while they're not Purple Heart, those individuals that came here this evening are exceptional individuals. I think it's our duty to recognize them to the best of our ability, every chance that we possibly can. And that was one of the first steps that we did here this evening. Want to give a quick update on the Chamber of Commerce. The Chamber of Commerce continues to do excellent work in our community, working with our business, with our local businesses in the community and surrounding communities. But we do have a annual dinner coming up here in November, and I encourage anybody that hasn't signed up to attend, please join or visit the Chamber website and sign up to come to that meeting. It should really be special. Have a lot of great business owners that will be in attendance and receiving awards. But on top of it, they held a local event, informational meeting, just because there has been so much discussion around safety services in our community. They held a special meeting that was held over at Broadway Commons. They invited our fire chief and our police chief to attend. And they had the opportunity to talk through the growth of Harrison, the changes in their department, the obstacles that they see currently and potentially going into the future, and then talk about the need some of the needs that we have right now, especially discussion around a new firehouse. But that information is important to have out there so misinformation doesn't get spread. So I do want to thank the Chamber for taking that opportunity to pull everybody together, and I want to thank both my police chief and my fire chief for the time they spent answering those questions, so thank you. We do continue to hold all kinds of different development discussions. I have made sure that Kim has been involved in all the different meetings. That way there's consistency in information, and we have two minds, which is better than one. And Joette continues to do fabulous work with having those discussions and administering. So I want to thank her and Kim both for all the work that they do, and we continue to try to find what's best for Harrison. So while it can be tiresome, detailed work, it's what you all deserve. So we pride ourselves on the efforts that we take to find the best of the best for our community. So with that, I'll ask Mr. Law Director, you have any reports?
Mr. Mayor and Gene Wilson, I think I've been coming to council meetings since 1992, and what I saw today was probably the coolest thing I've ever seen.
Yes, it was.
At a Harrison Council meeting, so hats off, that was amazing. Thank you, Gene, very much for doing that. That was sharp.
Yeah.
Yes. That's all I have, Mayor. Thank you.
Very good. Thank you, sir. Mr. Wilson.
Yeah, well, Gene and I are especially proud of that Purple Heart memorial service we had, because as most of you know, our son received a Purple Heart from Iraq. The only other thing I have, Mr. Mayor, is we're trying to schedule a rededication of the Willow Park for December the 6th at 10 o'clock in the morning. And we'd like to have as many people there as possible to get that done. Thank you, Mr. Mayor.
Yes, sir. Mr. Egner.
Yes, Mayor, I have a report on the fire committee. We met tonight and discussed the monthly report. The fire department did 246 runs last month. The Medicare and fire recovery billing is on track, but it is slowing down due to the government shutdown with Medicare. And we also discussed the AED that's going to be going in the back of the community center outside. They have a nice little stand that it's gonna sit in. It's gonna be under the awning back there. That cost was all covered by, the fire department's CPR fund. We also discussed the proposal for the joint fire and EMS district feasibility study, between, the city of Harrison, Miami Township, Whitewater Township, Crosby Township Fire Departments. That's gonna start, the end of October. The budget for the 2026 fire department was submitted to the finance committee on October 14th. There are some contracts with Dearborn County and Harrison Township in Indiana that are coming due. Ryan's gonna review that and yeah, Mr. Samuels, Councilman Samuels. We were discussing the new firehouse. We had a brief discussion about that, and at the end of my report, we're gonna try to set a special work session. We did accept a SAFER grant, and we're writing a AFG grant for portable radios, 12 lead cardiac monitors, and AEDs for the fire trucks. We have we have one firefighter on light duty and 2 that will be out due to injury. And then November 11th, I would like to set a special work session at 5:30.
So there was some initial discussion around the next council work session to discuss the firehouse, the potential new firehouse. The recommendation was the November 11th at 5:30 p.m. I believe everybody's in agreement, correct? Okay, so that will be added to the calendar. It is open to the public. While it's not open for full discussion, it's for council to take the time and work through some of the details of where this will potentially go. But we will have that session November 11th at 5:30 p.m.
And that's all I have, Mayor.
Very good. Mr. Abrams.
I don't know how to follow that up, but I'll be quick. Had a police committee meeting tonight, Mayor. Want to get to the good stuff first, which is the Halloween safety tips that were put out by the Harrison Fire Department. Just a couple quick topics. Safety tips for trick-or-treaters, safety tips for parents and guardians, safety tips for homeowners, and safety tips for drivers. It's on the website. I have 13 things to get to, but I think that that's the best one. We'll move on from there. There was discussions about 2 different things, the Harrison Juvenile Referee Court and the possibility of getting a metal detector here at 300 George Street for the meetings that we have. There is there was a total of 18 auto accidents, 14 public roadway and 4 private property. Harrison Police Department has received the final recertification from the Ohio Officer of Criminal Justice Services, which is a very good thing. Basically, it's an accreditation program that's free through the state. The current staffing level is 21 sworn officers that are available for duty. We are not going to touch on the MOU for the contract, as it's been discussed 4 times up here. And the civil service candidate continues in the hiring process for the probationary police department to fill a vacancy. That's all I have for the police department, but real quick, Mayor, on October 9th, I went to the OKI meeting, Regional Council of State Governments, and just some information. They gave away $82 million this year. They funded 52 out of 62 projects that were submitted. One of the projects that were submitted from Harrison, we were granted $702,000 for some lighting and signal changes. So I just wanted to report that.
Absolutely, and I thank you for taking the time to report it, because they're an important partner for our community. While we did accept the one grant, they also awarded an additional 100 and some odd thousand. Unfortunately, we weren't able to take advantage of that grant, but they continue to support our activities out here, and I appreciate that. One item I need to touch on is Halloween. I had a nice, big, bright yellow Post-it note sitting here, and that I missed until Kim took the time to text me and say, mention Halloween. Halloween traditionally in Harrison is on Halloween. It will be on Halloween this year. It will be from 6 to 8 p.m. We'll make sure that that is posted on the city's website as well as on social media, along with all the guidelines. I encourage everybody to take the time to read the notes that were put out from our police and fire, our police. So, once again, Halloween is on Halloween, October 31st from 6 to 8 p.m. Please watch out for the kids that are running all over the place. Thank you. Mr. Samuels.
Mayor, actually, I do not have an update tonight. I will.
On.
Move on.
That never happens.
Write it down.
Go ahead.
No, real quick, we do have our normal Finance Committee meeting on October 28th at 4:30. I am certain that the 2026 budget will consume most of the meeting. So that is just our normal scheduled meeting, and it'll be a continued discussion. We did meet last Tuesday to have initial conversations with police, fire. Unfortunately, the utilities director was not able to attend, so we're going to get caught up with him. Maybe Tuesday, but possibly at a later date. So also I want to send kudos out to Jean for the Purple Heart ceremony. That was very neat, and thank you for taking that on. Also, real quick, just thank you. They acknowledged everybody in the audience, but I don't know if anybody noticed that Jerry, Tony, Doug, and Jean all stood up. So thank you for your service.
Yes, thank you.
That's all I have.
Very good, thank you. Mr. Dole.
I too would like to thank Jean for spearheading the Purple Heart. I know that was a lot of work and a lot of behind-the-scenes stuff, getting that all in motion. And Andy Sider, our Director of Public Works, was able to get all the signs for the Purple Hearts onto the already mounted signs that we have for the city, so we don't have, he's very particular and very good about keeping it kind of clean at the entrances to all the city, so we do appreciate his attention to detail as he works through his position as well. That's all I have, Mayor.
Very good, thank you, sir. Ms. Patty.
Again, I thank Jean as well. She did a great job, and that was a wonderful ceremony. I'm glad I was a part of it. I also want to thank Gail Chuck for coming in. I have the pleasure of being on tree board for the council, and it's a pleasure to work with her, and thank you for coming tonight. You did a great job. One other thing, this Sunday from 5 to 7 here at the community center is our Spooktacular celebration. Expect lots of kids, games, prizes, candy, food, goodie bags put on by the Rec Commission. They do a wonderful job. So if anyone has anything happening this Sunday, please come out from 5 to 7 and join us for the celebration.
And get here early.
Get here early.
Because it gets crowded fast.
It is crazy. It's expanded every year. If you do have a pet that you want to bring, they can participate, but they do have to be in costume, just like the kids.
And leashed.
And leashed, yes, thank you. That's all I have, Mayor.
Ms. Jean.
Oh, thank you, Mayor. I think we have one other issue that we need to address before I give any reports, that our next meeting will be on Wednesday, November the 5th, because Tuesday, November the 4th is Election Day.
Correct. So
just for everybody knows, we won't be here on the 4th. Don't look for us.
yeah, it should be adjusted on the calendar already, but our next meeting, because of Election Day, will be held on the Wednesday following at our regular scheduled time. So please keep that in mind, whether you want to come to committee meetings or the council meeting.
Okay. Well, we have a lot of things going on with building and lands. One of the things that we have going on is that they're looking at some improvements here at the community center and the senior rooms. Perhaps some new flooring and some new ceiling tiles are desperately needed, so they're working on some quotes for there. I had something written down here, now I forget. Oh, yes. So if, the new hero banners are up, if you had a banner up this past time, if you'd like to pick it up, it is available to be picked up here at the reception's desk, Monday through Friday from 8:30 to 4:30. So if you have an old one, please pick it up. We can't keep it forever. So the new ones are up and they look great. So we appreciate that. Frontier Signs did a great job, and the city street crew did a great job getting them up so fast. And just a reminder, on November the 1st, the back gate will be now closed, right?
Yes.
Yep. And I'd like to thank the mayor for allowing me to work on us becoming a Purple Heart City. It meant a lot to me. It's been something I've been thinking about for a long time, and I wasn't really sure how to go about it, so I had to do some research. And the good news is I knew the right guy to go to, and that was Mr. Ferris, because he's very involved in that, and he was really, really super nice to work with, and just told me everything I needed to do and helped me get everything done. But I would like to say to all the Purple Heart recipients and their families, we are forever grateful. Our city of Harrison will always stand as a community that respects, supports, and honors veterans. And I thank you and God and bless our heroes in the United States of America. I'd like to thank the Color Guard, the Post Color Guard, for being here tonight to attend the ceremonies. And I also like to thank Reverend Joshua Long for being here and leading us in the invocation. That's all I have.
Wonderful. Thank you, Ms. Jean. Any other items?
I move to adjourn.
Okay.
A second.
We have a first and second. Roll call, please.
Mr. Wilson?
Yay.
Mr. Agner?
Yay.
Mr. Abrams?
Yay.
Mr. Samuels?
Yay.
Mr. Dole?
Yay.
Mrs. Van Cleve?
Yay.
Mrs. Wilson?
Yay.
We stand adjourned. Have a great evening.